Good morning. Welcome to another One Mind meditation. It is Saturday morning, and our Saturday morning meditation is always a very simple exercise. I like to repeat this at least once every week as a reminder of how simple, how easy this really can be. And also that for any progress to be made, we have to become really good at repeating something over and over and over again until it becomes a part of our programming, until it becomes an easily repeatable pattern. Leshna, a very good morning, and Hani, a very good morning. Happy Saturday to you. So our Saturday meditation is a very simple process of bringing our attention to our physical senses, bringing our attention to what we can see, what we can hear, smell, taste, feel, and doing it again and again and again, and finding that there's really something to learn there. Somebody, good morning, happy Saturday. Right, so what do we learn from a meditation involving our senses today? Well, that comes from Rumi. Rumi is our teacher this week, and let me read you a couple of thoughts from Rumi that'll get us right in there. Rumi says, "The wound is the place where the light enters you." The wound, where you feel wounded, where you experience wounding, that is where the light enters you. Charlene, a very good morning. Happy Saturday. And this is where the work always starts. It starts with dealing with our wounds. Bringing healing to the scared and wounded parts of ourselves helps us understand how even our worst parts have always been fighting like hell to try and keep us alive. During this journey, Rumi's words can almost be felt physically, how those wounds become a place where the light enters. Anthony, a very good morning. Very good to see you, man. Then Rumi says, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, your joy. When you do things from your soul, you have the experience of a river of joy moving through you. So if it is so clearly better to reach for your soul and do things from your soul, why is that so hard? What is it that keeps us from simply being in that soul-connected space all of the time? The answer is the same as the first quote. It is the scared parts within us. Whenever any scared parts become activated, its voice inside of us grows incredibly loud. Just the same as with anything that experiences fear. Our scared parts will always draw our attention away from our soul until we heal their fears and lower the volume. So we need to become good at listening to and dealing with the scared parts, and to enable us to reach for that place where we feel soul connected more easily. Rumi says, these pains you feel, they are messengers. Listen to them. Rumi says, be full of sorrow, that you may become a hill of joy. Weep, so that you may break into laughter. He's trying to say we need to get better at feeling the things that are there to be felt. Have you overcome your fear of feeling yet? It is a coping mechanism that many of us have learned from a really early age to close our hearts to the feelings that scare us. And this very simple meditation of paying attention to our senses and just feeling what is there to be felt in a very physical way. We'll just look at our outer senses. But it's a great practice to remind ourselves that we can become better at surrendering to feeling what is there to be felt. That is our journey today. In a physical way, feeling what is there to be felt. I've not gotten a timer ready yet. There we go. The timer is ready. If you are ready, you can close your eyes and let's slip away on today's journey together. Starting with the first few big breaths. Let's take a deep breath in and out. A deep breath in and out. A deep inhale and let it go. Deep breath in and out. One more big breath in. And let it all just flow away. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose gets drawn all the way deep down into your belly. And as you fill up your belly with air, feel yourself expand from your core out in all directions. And once you have a belly full of air, then again let all of it go. As you breathe out, soften. As you exhale, soften your spine, slump down your shoulders and drop your head. Our journey today is a journey through the physical senses of our body. So for the moment, let's check in with this body and help it soften as deeply as possible. On your next exhale, check in with the space of your forehead. As you breathe out, pay attention to, are you holding any tension between your eyes on your forehead? Is there a frown there? Or is that part completely relaxed? On your next exhale, check in with the inside of your mouth. Is your jaw clenched? Are your teeth grinding on one another, top and bottom? Is your tongue pushed hard against the roof of your mouth? Or is everything softened in and around your mouth? As you exhale, check in with your neck and shoulders. Have you completely softened in your neck and shoulders? Or are your shoulders pulled up high, almost to the level of your ears? On your next exhale, check in with your stomach. Are your abs held tightly? Or have you been able to soften there? On your next exhale, check in with your butt cheeks. Are you clenching? Or have you been able to soften? Check in with your legs and your arms too, but specifically your hands. Make sure they're at least partly open and not balled into tight fists. We'll take the last few big breaths of this phase together, helping our bodies stretch, adjust, and settle down into softness even more. Let's take a deep breath in. As you release, drop your head all the way forward and roll out your neck muscles, forward and to the left, and forward and to the right. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders forward in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, roll your shoulders backwards in big, slow circles. Take a deep breath in. As you release, focus on your spine. Move your upper body in any way that makes sense to you. Mainly, you want to stretch out your back muscles. Lean into where your back muscles feel a little bit stiff. And give your spine some movement. One more big breath in. And as you release, you can stretch or move or adjust any part of your body that still needs a bit of help settling down. Having softened our bodies into a space of presence as much as we are able to right now, we'll turn our attention inwards and dive deep inside for the next part of our journey. If you don't have the time to sit for the whole meditation with us, then this would be a great place to stop. But if you are here for the whole journey, with every next inhale, we'll hold our breath for a few short moments, followed by a long and slow exhale. Let's take a deep breath in. release. Make it a really long, really slow exhale. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, feel into your body. Become aware of your muscles and feel how each of them soften. Take a deep breath in and hold. As you release, follow the downwards flow. Feel your shoulders slowly falling, feel your body slowly softening, and feel how you are slowly slipping deeper into you. One more big breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself melting. Feel your whole body dissolving. Feel how you are slipping deeper and deeper into you, into a deeper level of surrender with every exhale. You can continue the same breathing pattern on your own time. Every slow inhale through your nose is an invitation. It invites you to turn inwards and follow this journey. As you breathe in, feel the air flow in through your nostrils. Feel the air touch the back of your throat. Stay with your breath as it flows in through your lungs. And as you fill up the balloon inside your belly, feel yourself slip all the way in. Hold your breath, but only for as long as it feels really easy. And make every exhale as long and as slow as you possibly can. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, welcome yourself to this body. If you can, wrap your arms around you and give yourself a hug and say, "Hello, body. It's really good to have you." Take your next big breath. Our exercise today is quite simple. We are merely paying attention to our senses. and allowing our body to give us whatever experience it is having. We're allowing what is there to be seen, what is there to be felt. Our first stop is right at the top with your eyes. With this exercise, we're not actually opening our eyes, but you can do this with your eyes open. For this meditation, though, keep them closed, and with your next big breath, as you dive deep into you, use your mind to find what would be the most obvious thing in the room for you to see if you were to open your eyes. And then, as we hold our breath, use your mind to study this obvious thing from all of its angles. Can you see the color? Can you see the texture? Take your next big breath. And then we'll change gears with your next big breath as you dive deep into you. Find what would be the least obvious thing for you to see in your room. And with your eyes closed, use your mind to study the least obvious object. See its colors, see its texture. Take your next big breath. Take a moment to notice the ease with which you are able to allow your eyes to give you the experience they're having. And say thank you. Thank you to my eyes for being able to give me this experience. We'll take a step down to your ears and what you can hear. And with your next big breath as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to what is the most obvious sound that you are able to hear right now. Take your next big breath. as you dive deep into you. Bring your attention to what is the faintest sound that you can hear right now. Something you'd have to listen really deep for and barely be able to hear it. Take your next big breath. Take a moment and appreciate the ease that you have in allowing your ears to give you whatever experience they are having. Take a moment to say thank you to your ears for their ability to provide you with this experience. For the next 2 stops, change your breathing to whatever works for you. Change your breathing to whatever allows you to smell and to taste. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, bring your attention to what it is that you can smell and find what is the most obvious smell that you experience right now. Take your next big breath. Next big breath as you dive deep into you, we change gears and find, is there any other level of smell, any secondary smell that you can pick up at all? Take your next big breath. Thank your nose for the experience it gives you. and notice your ease with which you are able to allow this experience to be felt. We'll take another step down to your mouth and what you can taste. With your next big breath as you dive deep into you, see if you can find any obvious taste for this moment. Take your next big breath. And then, is there any secondary taste? Any other possible layers of taste that you can also find? Take your next big breath. And the last stop is the surface of your skin. Scan the surface of your skin from top to bottom. And bring your attention to where you feel the most obvious sensation. As you take your next big breath and dive deep into you, what are all the different pressures and sensations you can feel with your skin in that obvious spot where you feel the most obvious sensation? Take your next big breath. And then scan the surface of your skin for a spot where there is barely any sensation at all. But if you pay enough attention, you can just about feel something there. Take your next big breath. We'll take one more big breath together. Slip out of the breath holding space and into the next. Let's take a deep breath in and hold. And as you release, feel yourself slip all the way through. There is no more attention on your breathing. You can just sit all the way back, or even lie all the way back down and feel yourself just floating. Notice again your own ease with which you're able to bring your awareness to your physical senses. And just simply become aware of what you're seeing, what you're hearing, what you're smelling, what you're tasting, what your skin is feeling. It can be so simple. And we can even have gratitude for these senses and the experience that they are able to provide us. Now, while it might take a practice, it is not so different to pay the same kind of attention to our inner senses, our thoughts, emotions, feelings, and allow those experiences to be felt in a very similar way, while actually having gratitude for these feelings being felt. I'll share with you again Rumi's words from this morning. He says, the wound is the place where the light enters you. And in our journey this morning, we have recognition of that is generally where our work starts. It starts with paying attention to our own wounds. Rumi says, these pains you feel are messengers. Listen to them. Allow them to be felt. Allow them to be heard. Even have gratitude for them speaking. Rumi says, be full of sorrow, so that you may become a hill of joy. Rumi says, weep, so that you may also break into laughter. He's trying to say, when we don't avoid these difficult feelings, when we allow them to be experienced, they transform into their opposites. The sorrow brings you to a place that is a hill of joy. The weeping brings you to a place where you may break into laughter. And if you're able to do these things, says Rumi, you will automatically experience the presence of your soul. And he says, when you do things from your soul, you feel a river moving in you, a joy. As easy as we are able to pay attention to our physical senses, it becomes as easy to pay attention to your inner senses. It takes practice though, because we've been taught that it's hard. We've been taught that we're not supposed to feel hard things. As children, when we expressed how we felt, we were often said, no, you don't feel that way. As children, when we cried, we were told, no, don't cry, or I'll give you something to cry about. Rumi's teaching us the opposite. He says, just like your physical senses. You can go there, you can feel it. You can have those inner experiences happen. And the more you practice, the more you find what is on the other side. On the other side is a deep connection with your soul, a river of joy. We have the last 5 breaths of gratitude to do together. With every exhale, I'll say my thank you and invite you to say your own. Let's take a deep breath in. Thank you for this experience of my physical bodily senses. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for experiencing again the ease with which I can allow each of these senses to be felt. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for being reminded that I can, with practice, find the same ease with which to feel my inner senses. Feelings, thoughts, emotions can come and go with the same amount of ease as feeling an ant walk over my skin. Take a deep breath in. Thank you for this amazing body, inside and out. One more big breath in. Thank you, beautiful people. Thank you for being on our journey today. Thank you for reaching for your own sense of ease with which to allow what is there to be felt. We are able to become really good at allowing what comes up from inside to be felt. I love these words from Alan Watts that says, "It can be as easy as the reflection of a bird on water. Not rejected, not abandoned, not numbed, not running away from any feeling, but understanding and experiencing that we can become so good at feeling that none of the feelings ever become stuck, like the reflection of a bird on water." Gordon, good morning. Thanks for popping in. I hope you were able to sit down with us for a while. And a very good morning. It's always good to see you pop in. Thank you, Somebody. You have an awesome day too. Thank you, honey. I love being here and meditating with you guys. Thank you, Leshna. Thank you, Anthony. You guys have an awesome weekend. Lots of love to you all. Ciao, ciao.